Hello out there, everyone. Cassandra Monkey continuing with episode 3 of VVVVK, Rogue Vampire Hunter. Oh, and if you just joined us, you're welcome. Glad you made it here and hope you enjoy your stay. And always remember that the most important character story is you, the reader. Well, let's get it up. Lost. Lady Nessie! Truth, is something the matter? I came here on Lady Mur's orders. She's worried because you've been gone for so long. I simply got lost in gazing on my own this beautiful scenery. Have a look for yourself, Treat. It certainly has a nice view. Can you see the foot of Astor and the streets of Brazil in a one look? The sun is illuminating the fields and pastures, sketching on into a distance the birds traversing the deep blue sky. I feel fortunate indeed to have been born in a country with such gorgeous natural gifts. I fully agree. You truly do love this country, don't you, Lady Nassie? Yes, the culture has the history. The humans and vampires who dwell here, all of them are precious to me. Considering what's to come, I'll need to get to know Vampire Nasty on a deeper level. I'll try to ask her a few questions to learn more about her pennies. Lady Nasty, as you know, I am nothing more than a low-class servant employee by Lady Mur's estate. I know your name and your face, but we never spoke directly a century ago. And so as we will be traveling together from now on, I would like to know more about you, if I may. Would you allow me to ask you a few questions about yourself? Very well, you may ask. Why are you nervous? I'm not accustomed to being asked personal questions. It's not an interrogation, so please be at ease. The first matter I'd like to ask you about is, what type of man do you prefer, Lady Nasty? What? Why would you ask me a question? I could ask myself the same thing. Why would I ask her pennies that? It's simply because I wish I know you were on a deeper level. But now that I think of it, this isn't the kind of question one typically asks a lady after having only just met, forgive me. Oh no, I don't mind. But it's somewhat difficult question to answer. I'm a touch ignorant when it comes to the matter of romance. You mean you don't have much interest in a romance? No, not at all. I simply have trouble with gentlemen. I've received plenty of marriages proposals, but I turn them all down. Simply talking with you, this, makes me nervous. It may be too soon for me to think of romance. You're nervous even? Talking to me, I see. But please don't misunderstand. However, I may have trouble with men, but that doesn't mean I don't long for love. Sometimes when I visit Lady Myrrh, she tells me to plays she has seen in town. My favorite one goes like this. In a land far away, there lived a gallant knight and princess. They loved each other, but their stations in the life put a wall between them. However, in the end, they overcome that wall and get married. The princess became a queen, gave birth to children, and built a plentiful, peaceful nation. The end. Every time I hear that story, I imagine myself in the place of the princess. If only I could be like that princess. I believe you could, Lady Nasty. What? You're a very beautiful person. I imagine you have a lover or two. If you wished, I believe you could catch hold of as many fine men as you wished. I'm beautiful? Yes, master. But please don't flatter me. I'm not flattering you. You're a very lovely lady. I think many men would say so, just not just me. Lovely? Me? What are you saying? She's beet red, averting her eyes and fidgeting bashfully. It's very charming. Nessie's beauty far exceeds that of the other vampires. Frankly, she's adorable. Any man who saw her panties would think so. But that won't sway my heart. Look at the slides. These are imagined of the vampires we have killed to date. As you can see, they are beautiful without conception. Compared with them, humans are nothing. That's going a little too far, I think. Oh, it's not exaggeration. After pure-blood vampires are born, they grow until their bodies reach their prime. For humans, that would be about 20 years old. Once they reach that point, they cease to age. They become perfectly immortal beasts. Proceed of flawless beauty, faces and physiques. It's said that there is extreme physical beauty is for the purpose of luring humans. In other words, if it's something they evolved in order to gather blood more efficiently, their allure proposes a serious hindrance. Even the hunters like us. More than a couple of hunters have betrayed the organization after being taken in by a vampire beauty. No need to worry, I will not turn traitor. I know that. I just figured I would tell you. You hate the vampires more than any of us. Even if they backed you into a corner, you would never betray us. But Weltrude, you're quiet, but lovely yourself. You honor me. Thank you, Lady Nasty. Well, would you mind talking about your everyday life, Lady Nasty? As the royal treasurer, the one who developed the economy of the nation's vampires, what sort of life did you live normally, Ned?
From morning to afternoon, I drew up the document until the evening. I had meetings and dinners, and then I studied until late at night.
Sounds like a lot of modern company management. I see. Can I ask you a little more concrete details?
Let me see. Well, for example, I was running an insurance business together with humans. So, I examined insurance contracts, formula plans, and investigation policies.
Huh?
After that, I was a real estate leasing business for a grain chiller center, trading, and a retail business for daily necessities like soap and oil.
Huh?
I also had regular dealings with the humans, government, and this country, so I often went aboard on business as deputy head diplomat.
Huh?
In this way, my daily routine essentially consisted of producing and reviewing documents, meeting with people, and deciding things. True it!
But forgive me. I was just a little overwhelmed. Just what are you? Some sort of a business deity? I imagine there are very few people, including humans, who can boast that amount of work you've done and successes you've accomplished.
I wouldn't say that. I simply have some advantages over humans. I don't need to sleep after all. High-class vampires do take sleeps out of habit, but we don't want to die without it. I was able to keep working without stopping to sleep. That is all.
I can understand now why you would be called the royal treasurer.
I'm a working noble. I want to make use of my talents for the sake of my country.
I was speaking with Lady Mur earlier. She said you used your economic influence to intervene in German and French military circles. That thanks to you, even if our surrounding nations were to wage war, there would be a very little harm sustained by vampiric territory. Though through all of the money you've made, you have indirectly kept all of us safe.
Perhaps protecting Lady Mur, bringing the wealth to the royal family, living in this country in peace. I have lived this point with only these things in mind. However, all of the fruits of my efforts have gone up in smoke. Our homes and territories have been destroyed by hunters, our families and servants massacred.
I don't know what to say.
Then knowledge and techniques I gain as a trader are unlikely to serve me in this age. However, all I need is begin again from zero. I am a high-class vampire. I have all of the time in the world.
Well, do you have any dreams for the future?
To continue manifesting my abilities for the sake of Lady Mer and the nation and the world. To make money and bring the nation's wealth, to devote myself to Lady Mer. These are all the duties that were decided for me.
Your loyalty is truly outstanding.
Not at all. I'm certain Katerina has the same resolve.
From your point of view, what kind of person is Lady Katerina?
I think she's a highly remarkable person. In fact, even her habit of levitating with men is another part of her personality appeal. Also, her voice is quite distinctive, don't you think? For we to have her sing, I believe she would surpass even Lady Mer.
You're right. It's like a well-tuned instrument, low with vibrato.
An excellent comparison as she speaks as though she were playing a cello. Listening to her brings one scene of calm.
Have you ever been close to Lady Katerina?
I have not. Before we awoke in Asteroid Mountain, we had only spoken once. Back then we were under attack from northern European hunters. An offensive assembly was held in Sinwarp, and it was there that I first saw Katerina.
I see, so you and Lady Katerina were at the level of acquaintances?
In fact, we were merely at the level of having one another from a distance. My first meeting with her was rather shocking and is still burned into my mind to this day.
Oh?
The topic being discussed at this assembly was, of course, how to deal with the hunters. And Katerina arrived bearing the heads of the hunters' leaders.
What do you mean by that?
Precisely what I said. While we were discussing what to do about the enemies, Katerina appeared with the heads of the said enemy's leader. 1 hour before the meeting began, Katerina made a solo surprise attack on the hunters, based and killed all who were there. The defense assembly ended even before any opening remarks had been given, and the banquet following it began.
Oh, goodness! That must have been quite a starting development.
Over 50 heads were lined up along the oak tree in the center of the room. Katerina had taken all of them herself. That included the heads of a pregnant woman that had a young girl and the head of a newborn baby.
What?
There was a female hunter who brought her newly born infant into the base, but that gave Katerina no pause. She killed all of them. Did
No one there approached Lady Katerina for it?
No one did. Of course, there were probably several who disdained her in their minds for killing a baby, even the baby of a hunter. However, Katerina was the hero who had saved our country from hunters. And furthermore, her whole body was crimson with human blood. The image was so terrifying that none would have dared to rebuke her. I don't doubt it, I wouldn't have approached her. Pennies! I'll admit, I'm surprised though that Lady Katerina could be so. Perhaps this word is you. The word Yuwan is ruthless. Yes, Master. Katerina is certainly a good hunter, isn't she? She speaks quite informally with Lady Myrrh, and she makes plenty of jokes. But she receives, though, training as a soldier from her parents, and she has sworn absolute loyalty to Lady Myrrh. If it's to protect Lady Myrrh and the country, she is more than capable of killing a child without hesitation. But please don't misunderstand. She is not cold-hearted. She simply feels a greater loyalty to Lady Myrrh and this country than any other. I understand. I have one last question for you, Lady Nasty. In your opinion, what kind of person is Lady Myrrh? Why do you ask? Well, the two of you are definitely both status, position, and yet you seem as close as sisters. I was wondering why that is. Did you ask Lady Myrrh the same thing? Did you ask what she thinks of me? Yes, I did. How did Lady Myrrh respond? In short, that you were like a dependable older sister to her. Pennies! And that in order to restore the family now, in the year 2022, your power will absolutely indispensable. I believe that you and I are likely to remain acquainted for a long time to come. So there is something I would have to know. Will you remain with me a moment longer? Of course, Master. What I have to tell you concerns my birth and Lady Myrrh's. You must have seen Lady Myrrh's parents, that is to say the king and queen, correct? Yes, they were a little closed. They were very close and a loving couple. They were. The king and queen were such lovebirds, they inspired envy in all who saw them. Save for one point, they were not blessed with children, even though they were married for 100 years and wished so desperately for an heir. They didn't have a single child in 100 years. No one has, I believe you know, compared to humans, vampires have difficulty conceiving, and our birthrights are very low. Even so, an entire century without a single pregnancy is plainly abnormal. After a good deal of worrying and extinguished, the king was averse to take a royal mistress, in other words, a mistress who was officially recognized. Since Lady Myrrh's family was royalty, they had to be an heir, no matter what measurement might be necessary. So the king has his mistress would have a child, and that child would become the heir. Correct. It was their very last resort, but it had to be done.
Well, wait a moment. After you saying Lady Mers is the daughter of the king and his mistress,
I haven't finished yet. The mistress, Lady Mers, Father chose was a beautiful vampire from France. Her name was Rosemary. The two made love, and after a scant month, they were blessed with a daughter. The daughter was born as this nation's princess was given the name of a beautiful flower, just like her mother, Nastrum.
what? Then your father is the king? You and Lady Mer are sisters?
Correct! Does that surprise you?
Of course it does. I had no idea there was such secrets surrounding your birth, Lady Nasty.
There are no secrets surrounding my birth. However, no one speaks of it, and no one makes a record of it either. And why is that? There is a little more to my story. Princess Nancy, as the royal heir, was given an outstanding education from an earlier childhood. Every day was spent studying. Princess Nancy and her mother Rosemary lived quite happily in Scentwarp. However, when Nancy turned 5 years old, the queen conceived a child. The father was, of course, the king. Even though 100 years had passed with no children, even though my mother had been brought in as a royal mistress, 5 years after I was born, he was given a daughter from his own beloved wife. And as you know, that the daughter's name was Mercedes. And then Nancy's lost her title, and Lady Mer became the new princess. Lady Mer grew up, blessed, loved, and spoiled by those around her. Pennies! Nasrin and Rosemary departed the family's royal home of servant, Scentwarp, and started in Brazil. And everyone lived happily ever after the end.
Happily ever after? Surely that. I've never heard anything about this before. The only information the hunters have on Nassie is that she's a noble who acts like a treasurer to the family of Mer City. Now it turns out she's the daughter of the king's mistress, the former princess and Mercedes' half-sister. What am I even supposed to do to her panties right now? Your bearing with your speech, your ways of thinking, even everything about you, Lady Nasty, is incredibly refined. This whole time I found myself wondering whether vampires nobility is general or this refined. But now the answer is clear. It's because of a specific education you received at a young age as a princess.
Ah, you're far too kind.
No, I'm speaking quite earnestly. Even in a single corset, courtesy, and you display great elegance. You have the air of a princess. To be honest, I feel that your Lady Nancy, are better suited of being a princess than Lady Myrrh.
Great! You mustn't say these things.
You're right. I'm Lady Myrrh's servant. Please pretend I never said that.
Very well. In return, would you close your eyes for a moment?
Yes, I'm closing my eyes right.
Yes.
All right, they're closed. What just happened? I felt something soft on against my cheek, exceedingly close to my lips.
You're imagining things.
I didn't imagine that, Lady Nancy. Why did you kiss someone like me?
I didn't kiss you. Don't be silly.
Then why are you blushing so deeply?
I'm not blushing.
You are.
I shouldn't have done something to which I was unaccustomed. This is embarrassing.
You're adorable, Nancy.
What? Why was that? No. Title.
Forgive me. That was rude.
You're turning red too. You're the adorable one, Truett.
Why am I blushing? She's a vampire. I'm supposed to kill her.
Panties!
I'm not falling in love with Nancy. I would never fall to a vampire's black magic. Still, a kiss from Nancy was the last thing I was expecting. A quite reserved vampire's nations nervous with men, a late bloomer in a love. That's Nancy, right? Lady Nancy, you should reserve your beautiful lips from someone more noble. They are utterly wasted on a low-class vampire servant like me.
Oh, do you just like being kissed by me? I'm hurt.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
I'm kidding. The kiss was a show of gratitude for your praise. To hear you think I'm better suited than Lady Myrrh to be a princess, I'm quite happy.
For a thank you kiss, you chose a terrible risky spot. You were right next to my lips.
It made my heart pound too. Evidently, I do not share Katerina's ease in toying with you.
But please don't toy with me.
Truett, I give you the title of Nazareth's first kiss.
I thank you for an honorable title. Wait, that was your first kiss? You're kidding me again, right? You're teasing me.
Well, who could say? I told you Lady Myrrh's origins, because every member of the vampire elite in this country knows of my relationships with Lady Myrrh. Once we arrive to Rouge, it will reach out your ears sooner or later. I thought I had better tell you myself first. And most importantly, Lady Mer does not know my status as the former princess. She believes Nassie's battery is simply noble who lives in Brazil. Please keep our origins a secret from her. Pennies! At this point, it's better she doesn't know.
I understand. Thank you for favoring me with consideration.
You're a mysterious mandroid. You hardly seem like a servant. Your vocabularies, your metaphors, your accent, I sense culture in your speech. Are you truly a farming family?
Right. The real Trude was clever. I read every bit of documents we have on him and memorize everything about him, including his birthplace and upbringing. That's most likely my mother's influence. It wasn't made public, but she was a mistress of a feudal lord. He often told her about going on in the world and domestic affairs. She passed that along to me. She waited me to make sure to use it in the future. She didn't want me to live as a poor peasant child forever. Then I grew up. She wanted me to work for a royal nobility or a wealthy merchant to build a happy home without a hardship she had. That's what my mother told me.
That's rather surprising. I had no idea your mother was a mistress.
Yes. I was quite surprised to learn of your origins too. I had not expected that we should share such a point in common.
It seems though your mother's wishes came true. You have been able to serve a princess who will one day rule this nation.
Yes, my gratitude to Lady Mer for taking me in is boundless.
Perhaps we had better get back. I apologize for talking on and on. Nassie, there you are. Katerina, did you come all this way to collect us? Yep, Nassie. Step away from Trude. Yes. Get away from him and go back to Mer. Had something happened? Why are you so... Nassie, I will say it one more time. Back away. Go back to Mer now.
Lady Nassie, what on earth is the matter?
I wasn't talking to you. Shut up!
What?
I don't entirely understand what's happening, but I'll head back now. Trude, don't move. Don't try to run either. It's hard for me to catch someone without killing them in the process.
Ow, Lady Katerina, that hurts. Please don't grab my arm so hard.
Why are you?
Ow! You're going to break my arm. Please have mercy.
Shut up! I'm restraining myself as much as I can. Here, I ain't gonna break. It ain't gonna break. Nassie, you get the story from Lady Mer? Yes, she said Trude may not actually be who he claims to be. Are you the real Trude? Or are you some vampire thug pretending to be him? And I like this idea more than less. I'm sure it's not going to turn out that you're just a human, right? Certainly not considering the color of his face, his cement teeth, his smell. Trude is unquestionably a vampire. On top of that, we found him sleeping in the coffin in the Asper's Mountain. Yeah, but this guy has some pretty major differences from Trude, I remember. Trude. No, whoever you are, tell the truth.
Shit! I didn't think my true identity would be found out this soon. The real Trude is allergic to cocoa, left-handed, and has a German accent. I was never given that information. No. They haven't found me out yet. Mercedes and the others just have some doubts about me at the moment, that's all. All I have to do is dispel those doubts. I will tell you clearly, I am the real Trude. I am one of Lady Mur's servants.
As you remember, your conditions were unable to ingest anything containing cocoa. However, earlier you drank the hot cocoa with no trouble. What is the meaning of this? Explain yourself.
You misunderstand, Lady Mur. It's not cocoa that I'm unable to ingest, it's alcohol.
Alcohol? It was cocoa that you drank before fainting. There was no alcohol in it. Ah, perhaps it was rum.
Yes, rum. I fainted not because of the cocoa, but because of the rum that was in the cocoa. My situation cannot be handled alcohol. A tiny amount is alright, but a drop of something as strong as rum, and I fall into a faint.
The cocoa Mother made was always at least 1/3 rum. That's not even cocoa anymore. That's a rum cocktail. However, I recall that you fainted after consuming a piece of a chocolate bar too. There was no alcohol in that.
That incident had actually secretly snatched a whiskey bon that had been tossed out with the other food scraps. I ate it without realizing it had a whiskey bonbon, and so I fainted.
Boo! Haha! That's what you get for scavenging through leftovers.
Yes, Master. You are quite right. I brought it on myself.
Very well. The next question is a century ago. You were a left-hander now. However, you are right-handed. What is the meaning of this? Explain yourself.
It's true, I am left-handed, naturally my dominant hand. However, most of the tools in the world are designed for right-hand uses. As that proven incompetent, I trained myself that I could use my right hand as well as my left. In other words, I am now ambidextrous. I tend to still use my left hand with tools like fishing rods and knives, and in general, I try to use only my right hand.
Ambidextrous, can you explain that? I can, Lady Nasty. Your tablet.
I could, Lady Nasty. Your tablet has noted apps, right? Could you open it, please?
Certainly here.
Please observe, Lady Mur, I will write the sentence in cursive with my left hand, then my right. There, I've written it. Please compare the two.
Yes, they do appear equally strong. And the fact of the sentence with your left hand is neater. You have a lovely handwriting. You're a servant from a peasant family, but you can write?
Yes, I learned to read and write from my mother. Lady Mur, does that satisfy you?
Not yet. I have one last question. In my recollections, you spoke a German accent, but now you have an even silvery of an accent. What is the meaning of this? Explain yourself.
I can't blame you for having the wrong idea, Mur. But in fact, I can speak a various of different accents as sort of a parlor trick. Normally, I speak with an accent, without an accent, or quirks. But when I drank the cocoa and fainted, I grew flustered and slipped into an original German accent.
Pooh, you couldn't come up with a better excuse than that.
It's not an excuse for the example. Here is an American English accent. Good day to you, Lady Katerina.
Oh wow, you really did pronounce that with an Englishman. That's kind of hot, actually.
Here is an Italian accent. You appear very well, Signoric Nasseri.
Your pronunciation of an Italian is quite intelligent.
And here is the accent of German, my mother's homeland. You are beautiful as ever, Fräulein Mercedes.
Your German accent has an appealing sound.
What do you think?
Interesting to be sure. You switch between various accents at will. Are you perhaps a comedian or a troublant? Damn, that's a hell of a party trick. I'm quite surprised you can be a spy, Trent.
This country has 3 official languages, and people from all manners of countries gather here. I gained the ability quite naturally.
Even so, it's impressive that you can fish, drive, reproduce accents at will, and your blood is to die for.
You can say that again, Master.
You are a remarkable mantrate, a skillful visual vampire fit to be one of my servants.
Those are my explanations. That I couldn't eat a certain cocoa, that I was left-handed, and that I had a German accent were all misunderstood on your part, Lady Mur.
That does seem to be the case. Perhaps I ought to not be apologizing to a servant, but I apologize all the same. I thought you might be some reprehensive vampire claiming to be Trent's name, and I am truly sorry for doubting you.
Oh no, I'm not bothered at all by it.
I am glad your misunderstandings could have been dispelled through this conversation. Katerina wanted to torture you.
What?
She said if I twist off all of his fingers and toes one by one, he'll cough up the truth quick. Whatever your true identity might be, in the fact retainer that you were a vampire, so any digits that were twisted off would grow back. But I detest such barbaric methods, so I put a stop to it. And seeing as you're the real truth, it's a good thing I didn't torture you.
Yes, indeed, Master.
Haha! Incidentally, should we not depart for Peruzu? The day is beginning to go down. Indeed, my car sickness has finally vanished.
Please go ahead and get into the car, then I will make a stop in the washroom first. I made it! I survived. Truett isn't allergic to cocoa, left-handed, and has a German accent. I never heard about any of that. It wasn't noted in any of the documentations. If I had been able to tie cocoa and rum together, if I hadn't been ambidextrous, if I didn't have the talent with languages that I had picked up as a student, I would have been killed. This is a simple stroke of luck. They could easily have realized that I wasn't tricked. Luck like this won't last. It can't last. I'm playing the part of a vampire from a century ago. A flaw will appear somewhere. Sooner or later, my true identity will be found out. I have to kill them, and before that happens, I have to annihilate these high-class vampires. July 2nd, 2022. Brazil is a metropolis lined up with tall buildings. Second, day 2 of Truett's awakening. Park the car, Truett. Well, get out of here. Certainly. So this is Brazil. Yes, it is unquestionably the downtown area of Brazil. The map shows us so much. This is our country capital, right? Then why isn't there a single human around? When we didn't see any humans in Astra, I assume it was because we were in the mountains. However, even now that we've reached Brazil, there are none to be found. It's almost as though we were the only ones in the world. Give me one more, please. I will search for the news and the internet. Aha! There's a hurricane! A hurricane? Yes, an enormous hurricane is predicted to make landfall within the week, so the humans have evacuated. Let me see that. The front page of July 2nd issued in Brazil Times, Triple B, the biggest hurricane in history. The government has judged Triple B's landfall to be inhibitant and declared for the sake of emergency on July 20th, on June 20th, all citizens are ordered to evacuate. This is predicted that Brazil and Sinwar will suffer partially massive damage. Looks like they urge the citizens of Brazil and Sinwar to flee. Also urged is considered to be safe city and it's outside of the range of the hurricane. So those who would have difficulty fleeing aboard were asked to gather in yurts
I had no idea such a world would await us. It is quite surprising that we should awaken only to find an enormous hurricane on the horizon. However, we should have no problem urge out. Our ultimate destination is safe. I'm glad we've got True with us. We're not probably going to find humans any between here and Earth, right? That seems so. If we didn't have Truth, we might go mad without any blood to drink. Finding Truth was a stroke of good fortune. I expect you to keep up your work as our personal blood supply.
Certainly, Master.
If the humans have fled in the face of a hurricane, I suppose that should mean all the restaurants will be closed. What an uttering pain. I had hoped to have a delicious dinner right now.
What is it, Lady Nasty?
Oh, nothing. Something just doesn't feel entirely right to me.
What do you mean?
Considering that the terrain of the area is unlikely, that the hurricane is powerful enough to warrant a large-scale evacuation would make landfall here, but it's going to... Right, the news said so. True, it appears that the national condition and climate of the world have changed drastically in the past century. The hurricane stories are fake.
Nestor's tablet is fully controlled by, censored by the hunters. She can search online as much as she likes, but none of the real crisis can certainly take place in the country, or the world will show up. These three will never know the true reason of the absence of humanity from the city. They'll never realize that humanity is dying out and the world is approaching its end.
Hey! Where are we staying tonight? I'm not sleeping outside. Nasty, find us a splendid high-class hotel or somewhere in the area. That is where we'll stay. We'll sleep there, and in the morning, we make it for the house and the Bolton clan. Understood.
Lady Myrtle, Lady Nasty, and Lady Catherine, I prepared some mulled wine before we go to the sleep. Please have some if you like.
Oh, this is so good, more pleasant. You can't drink wine like beer. But yeah, this is good. It's got cinnamon and marshmallows in it. Tastes nice, like Christmas or something.
I'm glad you're enjoying it, Lady Nasty. Please have some as well.
This is red wine? Yes.
Is it? Does red wine not suit your taste?
Oh no, it's not that. I'll gladly have some. More importantly, Trut, why don't you come and look at the view from this window? It's my first time ever being in a place like this.
It's certainly impressive. The moon looks so close I didn't know high-rise hotels like this existed.
What floor are we on? According to the pamphlet, we are on the floor program suite on the 24th floor. people can accomplish some impressive things. It's splendid how they're managed to build structures like this. If all the humans hadn't evacuated from this hurricane, the streets would probably be lit with tons of lights right now. Yes, I thought I'd be able to see a city sort of city view. One sees in dramas is such a shame. Well, we'd probably get to bed. Indeed, we can take some of Tron's blood and have a bath and then sleep. Thank you so much for the mulled wine, Trot. It was delicious. Oh, how fast did you empty your glass? Now, Trot, come here. I'm going to drink your blood. Yes, master. Oh, wait for a moment. Please let me drink first today. If Lady Mer drinks first again, we'll end up in the same situation as yesterday. Well, Trot, who do you wish to drink from you first? Katerina hasn't really put herself forward. Mercedes and Nasty are the only ones trying to take my blood into letting them first. I wonder what would happen if I let Lady Katerina drink the blood first. Alright, I would like to begin with Lady Nasty, please. Yes, please. Pardon me, Trot. Ow! This is delicious. Amazing. What is this? Nessie, don't talk with your mouth full. So good, Trot. I can't believe this. Please, don't speak while drinking from me. It makes the pain 1,000 times worse. I understand now, Lady Merce. Trot's blood is beyond delectable. As sweet as the finest wine, with more depth and sharp, thick and rich, like lobster physique. After one sip of this blood, I don't think I could ever drink from another human again. But really? It's that good? Here, have a taste yourself, Katerina. You'll be quite surprised. Trot, let's go to my room. Why are you taking him away? I'm embarrassed to drink in front of people. What's that not like you at all? You drank blood in front of me countless times. When you two are drink from Trot, you got all sloppy and gross about it, like you lost track of yourself. The thought of being seen like that is repulsive to me. What, are you some sort of modest maid or something? You are the one who always kept your humans alive, cracked open their ribs, and ate their hearts right out of their chests. The way you looked with your upbringing, half-soaked blood, it was enough to send the most bloodthirsty killers running in terror. Where's that glamorous part of you? What do you have to be ashamed of? Katerina, did I really look disgusting as I was drinking her? Not disgusting, extremely messy. What a terrible shock. Always I said I'm not doing it, and I'm not doing it, Trot. Come to my room. Stop. Ow! What are you doing? Let go of Trot. You drink all the rest of it. What in the hell is wrong with you? I haven't even had my mouthful yet. You weren't drinking it, so I did. Perhaps you are aware of the saying that those who put on airs come in last, haha. I'm an adult. I'm not a snap. I'm trying to snap. I'm not gonna snap. I'm an adult. I'm not gonna snap. I'm an adult. I'm not gonna snap. There's more blood for you, Katerina. Too bad. There's no blood for you, Katerina. Too bad. So sad. Ho ha ha. I'm gonna rip your head off, princess. I'm a high vampire. You can't kill me. Both of you calm down. Please, tomorrow we'll let Katerina drink first, alright? I'm going to bed, Nessie. Do it. Good night. Screw you! Katerina's gone. What on earth is wrong with her? Pennies! Something is bothering her. Pennies! Seems odd. Lady Murkroot, I shall retire as well. Good night. Sleep well. Kroot, this is no time to pass out from blood loss. Come on and make my bed. Yes, of course, master. 30 minutes later. Lady Mur, I finished making your bed. I've been wondering, what song is that? It's mine. I wrote it. Oh, I see. You can compose too? I'm not surprised. By the way, Trut, you appear to be quite versatile, considering you can drive a car, among other things. Could it be that you can absolutely operate a tablet? I'm not as skilled as Lady Nessie, but I might be able to operate one with enough effort. Look at this! It's a tablet we stole from a hunter. Oh, I didn't know you had that tablet. Lady Mur, I thought only Lady Nessie had one. Yes, however, I have a little idea of how to use it. According to Nessie, one can record things singing with a tablet, but I don't know how to do it. True it, I want you to use this tablet to record my singing, and then I want you to post it to a video site on the internet. Well, I'll do as much as I can. I will do my best to meet your expectations, Master. 15 minutes later. Alright, Lady Mur, I've launched the recording and app. Please sing whatever you're ready. Very well, here I go. Well, were you about to record it? Yes, perfectly. Well, please pin my how exciting. What the hell is this? Is this that my singing voice? Holy hell, I sound so deaf, so tone deaf. I suppose hearing one's own singing voice might make one realize one's own tone deafness. What does it mean? I had no idea my singing was so disastrous, so I am this tone deaf. I can't believe it. I've been displaying this hideous singing voice to everyone, and so songstress I'm a clown. How embarrassing! How horribly embarrassing! I want to crawl into a hole in the ground.
There, Lady Mur. You needn't to feel so down. And you aren't as deaf-toned as you think.
Then, can I sing in your ear every night before I go to bed?
Yes, of course.
For one thing, I'm completely deaf-toned. No one can stand and hear my sing.
Lady Mur's seriously depressed. I wasn't exactly a narcissistic princess like her to get this deep-hearted. It's true that I probably ought to say something to perk her up. Just one moment, Lady Mur. I'll find a free piano app and download it. There we are. Lady Mur, are you aware of of the skills?
Do you mock my intelligence? Of course I know what that is.
Then please sing with the piano as I play the skills. I'm going to record it. Here we go. This is awful, which is so to say an awfully wonderful voice. Thank you for sharing it with me. I'll play back what I've recorded.
How hideous!
In your case, Lady Mur, I believe you are singing too high on the do and the fa and too low on the T. I'm going to record you again. Sing do and fa a little lower and sing T a little higher. As you can, please.
Very well, here I go.
Well, I do believe that was an improvement. I'll play it back.
Yes, you're right. It sounds slightly more like a proper scale.
I believe your issue comes from the difference between the sound you hear in your head and the sound you're actually vocalizing. Using the tablet, we can continue recording and playing it back and thereby training your voice. If we can resolve that difference, you may be able to overcome your tone deafness.
What are you, Troit? You're just like Mother. How do you know how to fix tone deafness? Did you perhaps go to school, a music school like Mother? No, of course not. You're from the music background.
What I just described was something that occurs to me. It isn't based on any of technology's knowledge. However, in your case, you can confirm that you pitch it off by listening to your recording, right? And that being so, I feel you could cure your tone deafness with training.
I see. I shall practice every day. You have my gratitude, Fred. You are a most remarkable servant. I never imagined you would have to have musical knowledge too. And this is an order, Fred. Until my tone deafness is gone, you will instruct me in singing as you have done today.
What? I can't do that. I am neither a music teacher or a singing myself. I can't instruct.
If you don't instruct me, I'll break all of your ribs.
That's horrible.
I want to sing as well as Mother did, and you will guide me. With your instructions, I should be able to attain a beautiful singing voice. I will overcome my tone deafness. Isn't that right, Twit?
Singing, yes, is really my only option here. Yes, of course, Master.
Very good, very good. I shall accept your guidance and encouragement from now on. For now, I must rest. I find myself tremendously tired.
The seductives I mixed into their wine seems to have an effect. What have I gotten myself into? I am supposed to teach her to sing. Great, another hassle I have to deal with. I shouldn't have gotten that far. Now my real work begins. ID number VK6488. The time is 7:47 p.m. International measurement. Camera is connected. All I get with the equipment prepared before the video communication is established. Present location, alley in Breswar. Collection site B0143. Confirmed. Presence. The gun case is collection site. I'll open the box. Confirming the revolver and 4 magazines, dagger, and a hand axe that were all requested returning to the hospital. I return to the hotel present location at Sumer's room. Mercedes is in the room next door with Lady Katerina is using the room diagnostically opposed. I moved to the side of Nestor's bed. The target is in a deep sleep after nibbling mold wine mixed with seductives. No sign of waking.
The video is connected, so we're after Nesumi's today.
Magazine loaded, silver arm bullets for use against vampires. Safety device removed. Safety device removed. I'm going to fire at Nessa's head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All bullets fired. Reloading. New magazine loaded. Same bullets first. This time I will fire at Nessa's chest and abdominal region. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All bullets fired.
No good.
No good. What a single wound. Not even a single wound. Her skin repels every single bullet.
This is only the second day you spent with Nesumi. I doubt you'll be able to kill her yet.
Come to think of it, the gun case also has a dagger and a hand axe inside. Should I try one of those as well?
The higher-ups insist on that. They're made for silver medal down from the cross from an Indian church, an Italian church.
Not very scientific. I doubt they'll have any effect.
I agree, but do it anyway.
The higher-ups are hitting their hands.
At this point, they're convinced that only a god will kill a higher class vampire.
They're aware that I've managed to kill a high class vampire before, right?
Those old guys believed that there was the power of their god, not science.
Oh wow, I'm feeling some doubts about this organization we're in.
You should. The Vampire Hunters organization is on the brink of collapse. All of our top guys who are researching scientific approaches have been killed by high-class vampires. Now, we're being run by a bunch of incompetent old farts who are only into occult mumbo-jumbo. The team I lead is the only one left confronting vampires on scientific grounds.
I'm lucky to have such a capable boss.
Right, so better kill all of the high-class vampires for the sake of the peace for humanity and my career.
Roger, I'm going to stab Natsumi's eyes with the dagger. Just to confirm, the seductive isn't going to wear off, right? She's not going to wake up.
Not a chance. The seductive are administrated to the vampires are strength as such narcotics used for genuine amnesia.
Roger, I'm going to open the Natsumi's eyelid with my left hand and stab her eye with my dagger with my right. 3, 2, 1. What? The tip of the dagger isn't piercing her eye no matter how hard I stab. Damn! Every attempt is given the same result. The tip of the dagger is sharp, then a needle, sharper than a needle, but it's not leaving a scratch. Her eyeball looks soft on the surface and is wet like a human, and yet,
well, so it goes. Next, try using the axe to split her cranium.
Roger, I'm switching out of the dagger for the axe and aiming it towards his head. I'll give it 10 strikes and then I'll, on the temple, the area where the skull should be the thinnest. 1, 2. I can't do any more than that. Her skull is too hard and my wrist feels like it might break. It's like I'm hammering against steel. Natsumi is unarmed. I can't even land a closest decent blow, let alone break any bones. She remains asleep.
Thanks. I'll send the footage to the higher-ups. Maybe then they'll quit sending us these ridiculous weapons.
Vampires look like humans to the outside, and their skin, mucus, mainframes, seem some completely unchanged from ours. So when is this deliberate coming from? It defies the laws of physics.
That's what we all like to know. That's enough for today. Return to your room.
Shouldn't I run the same experiment on Merce?
Now, Simmy's the one who grudged. as the weakest of the three. If it's unscathed her, you'll see the same result from Mercedes. Don't get impatient, you're the only one in the world who can kill high-class vampires, however. That doesn't mean you can do it right away. Your killing methods takes time. You won't be able to do it the day after meeting them.
Roger, I will return to my room. The time is 10:35 p.m. Concluding operation.
I'm hanging up. Sleep well.
Phew! A dagger and axe made from melted cross. No wonder mankind is dying out.
So you're a human?
Huh?
You're a human, Truett? And a hunter at that?
I've been identified. ID number VK6488, requesting emergency withdrawal.
Just now, I got out of bed, ran 3 meters to you, and covering your mouth with my hand. That's a series of motions. Took less than the 1/4 of a second. You couldn't even follow my movements with your eyes, could you? I'm sure you understand what I'm getting at. The difference between the physical abilities of mind hardly bears comparisons. Were I to apply the tiniest bit of pressure on my hand could crush your skull with the greatest ease. So I'm supposed I better check I haven't broken your jaw yet, have I? Yes, good. Continue breathing through your nose and answer by shaking your head. Your jaw is not broken. Very good. Now tell this to Captain Quinn that your transmission just now was an error. Yuwan, what is it? I'm going to move my hand. Do you understand? I could kill you in 1/10 of a second. Hey, Yuwan, answer me. You just try to contact me.
It's nothing. I just hit the transmission button by mistake.
Your breathing sounds rough. Don't tell me you snuck in one of the vampire's beds to make an attack. And by attack, I mean...
Captain Queen, please don't joke like that. I was just doing some strength training before bed.
Strength training? Don't bother. The things you up against beat you with a single hit. I'm hanging up. I'm going straight to rest myself. Try not calling me by mistake again.
I'm very sorry. Ending transmission. Nasty, calm down. Let's talk about this.
Any last words?
Well, wait, hang on.
Those are your final words. Farewell, then.
Alright, everyone, I'm wrapping up the video right here. If y'all like the video, punch a like button in the face like a boss, and high fives all around. Oh, and if you just joined, you're welcome. Glad you made it here, and I hope you enjoy your stay. And always remember that the most important character is always you, the reader. Cassandra Maki out.